ask that we speak on her behalf this morning, just really briefly, share some words.
I thank God for just being that next generation. As many of you know, my mother, Alice Beck, she had the opportunity to more or less share the load when it came to caring for, I call her Granny, and my kids and my wife would call her Granny. So during those warm months, over a period of time, she would come up to Springfield and actually spend those warm months there in Springfield. So of course, I was just only an hour away, so as frequently as we could, we would get over there, and anytime we were there, we'd make sure we went upstairs. And she was staying in our bedroom that we grew up in. Me and my brothers, we grew up sharing the same room. I know kids don't know nothing about that nowadays, but we shared the same little old room growing up. So Granny was in our room, so we'd go up there and spend a little time. And my son Aiden, he's old enough to remember her. And Granny come up and she may not have her hair on at the time. So my son Aiden actually would be a little bit afraid of her because he just didn't know who she was. But I always really, really appreciated the fact that my children got to see their great-grandmother. And that is really, really something special. I can remember back when I was a small child going down to Dublin and going to Big Mama's house. Didn't know a whole lot about her at the time. I just knew that was Mama's grandma. I said, wow, that's amazing. There's 2 generations in between us. So for my children to be able to, or at least some of my children to be able to see Granny, that was a really, really special thing. And she would just light up when we came into the room. And she would just want to hold them. And she had a little candy jar. And that was her way to kind of get the kids to come a little bit closer. And through time, she would get them to warm up. And then before we left, one of them would be sitting on her lap. And that would just bring her so much joy. That would bring my mother so much joy. That would bring definitely me so much joy. So just from that younger generation, it was just really, really a pleasure to be able to experience that. Now that we have 4 children ourselves, so we have our own little tribe that we're growing. I believe 15 great-grandchildren, if I'm not mistaken. So just to be able to be a part of that lineage and just to be a part of what her and Grandpa started many, many years ago, I truly do thank God.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, it's such a blessing when loved ones leave this earth and you're left with good memories to remember them by. I think I can speak for myself, definitely for myself and for my brothers as well, that when we think of our grandma, we have nothing but good memories of her. When I think back, on our childhood, coming up, going down to Florida to visit with my grandma and my grandpa, it was kind of like the highlight of our summer. For one, we knew we were going to see Grandma and Grandpa, and for everyone knows there was nothing they wouldn't do for you. They loved their grandchildren. I think I can speak for all my first cousins in the room. They love their grandchildren. And number 2, we knew there was a pretty good chance we were going to go to Disney World. So that was something we really look forward to. So can I get a shout out for Disney World? Just thinking back, I kind of, over the past couple of weeks, I was thinking a lot of the memories that just came flooding in, thinking about coming up, down there in Florida. For those of you who didn't know, my grandmother liked to collect a lot of stuff. I mean a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So one of the highlights for me visiting with her and my grandpa in Florida was just kind of going through all of her stuff and I kind of saw it like a treasure hunt, if you will. I kind of saw it like a treasure hunt. So I think one summer I found a gold chain that she was willing to part ways with, and she like my cousin said, she never said no. So she said yes. I think I went back to Springfield that summer pretty fresh. So I just want to say, just to draw an analogy to that. I think my grandmother at this time, she's found the greatest treasure of all. She's gotten her golden crown.
Amen.
I just want to thank God for that.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. And my mom wanted me to say something about the spiritual legacy that my brother just alluded to. What's so amazing is I think of Paul's words to the Thessalonians when he told them that we don't mourn like those that have no hope. Amen.
That's right.
We have a hope.
Right.
We have a future because of Jesus Christ and what he did on the cross. As I look across the sanctuary and I see faces, I see hope. I see hope. That's
Yes.
an awesome legacy that we know that this is not the end.
Right.
We're all going to see Granny again, and she's going to have a full head of hair, Aiden. It's going to be a glorious, glorious family reunion.
Yes,
We're here today
indeed.
and we mourn because we miss her.
Yes.
We miss her, we remember her, we remember the memories and all of that. But we also know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that we have a hope that we will see her again one day.
Yes.
Amen?
Amen.
And I pray if you look around this room and you see the hope on these faces and you're wondering
Oh, my.
what that hope is about, there's enough people in here that can tell you about that hope and the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. So don't leave without knowing about that hope.
Amen. Amen. Amen.